Welcome back to the Armed and Dangerous podcast, the place where encouragement meets community. Today's a special one because I'm joined by our very own Josh. We're pulling back the curtain to talk about who we are, what drives this podcast, and where we're headed in the future. You won't want to miss this. Let's dive in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Armed and Dangerous podcast. My name is Josh, joined by my co-host Corey, and today we're going to be diving into all things moving forward, what we experienced in the community so far, and just all that's happened in the last just over a month. So, welcome back.
Heck yeah. Welcome back, friendos. We are episode 4, man.
Episode 4.
You think we'd make it to 4 episodes? What's the rate of podcasts failing?
I think
Is it episode 4?
If you get past episode 4, then you're good.
You're actually on the way to success. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, we're here. We're not past it, but we're here.
We're not past it, but we're here. But I'm not worried about going past it.
Oh man. Yeah, so we're kind of not super serious tonight. We're going to kind of chat just about things that we've been up to and things that we're planning and just the direction we want to take this, and we're hoping to get some more dialogue and discourse along with the community kind of through this, and even maybe just paint our mission and like picture of what we want to accomplish with Armed and Dangerous and in the D&D TTRPG community.
Yeah.
I think it's funny that we've even started doing this, to be honest, because we were so, I feel like, isolated from the community itself, kind of, because we were kind of just doing our own thing, wholly just us, like when I say us, I mean me, you, and the rest of our like tabletop crew. And I mean, I'll be honest, I didn't interact with a ton of stuff outside of like some silly memes and stuff. Did you
it's like,
really?
It's funny you say that because, aside from like, seeing the posts that like Critical Role or like some of the really big like groups do, no. And I mean, I think that kind of leads into part of why we wanted to start this is we wanted a place to where you could engage with other people in the community.
Yeah.
And because, I mean, I don't really think we did it all aside from just being on the other side of the screen.
Well, maybe even like, I don't even know if we've shared like our true origin story and how we kind of started this, but I mean, I can kind of paint that picture, and then, I have some questions. I was going to kind of interview Josh tonight, and let him, Josh is the guest tonight. But our origin story is kind of funny. We both had just like a really rough week at work,
I had an awful week.
Yeah, it was an awful week at work, and we won't say much in case any of our employers ever watch this and want to fire us for any reason, but we just had an awful week at work, both of us, and you called me. I think you called me, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And we were just talking and just frustrated and just like, man, corporate America is the man's getting us down, and yeah, and not to like world's smallest violin, like we have it good compared to, a lot of people in this world, and we're very thankful for our jobs and all that stuff. But we were just, we were just having a rough week, and we were just being friends, calling each other and talking about our woes. Yeah.
Call your homies.
Yeah. Check in with your boys, especially if they had a rough week at work. And I kind of was like, yo, Josh, I'm thinking about revamping Armed and Dangerous. It's just been on my mind a lot lately. And I just kind of felt like a snowball down a hill from that moment, right? Like,
oh yeah,
I felt like it was such a blur. We just went from like that phone call to where we're at now, like interviewing with random people and having one shots and all kinds of stuff. Do you remember more of it?
like, I mean, I think it was that phone call that we talked about that, and then I think as soon as you said that, I was like, hell yeah, 100%, I'm on board. Let's do it. Like, I need something to like, throw my creative energies into because I didn't have anything like that. And, I think we were like full speed ahead. Like we had, our social set up like within a week, like we had it all like ready to go. We started, cranking stuff out.
And then we had that one meme hit like 20K.
It was the lizard
in like a day. The lizard one. Lizard. And I'd never made a meme before. Like that was like literally one of the first memes I've ever created. And I think just because that lizard was so hot at that moment, I just timed it right somehow. and got on that gravy train for just a hot second.
Stocks.
And I
Yeah.
remember I remember putting my phone down and picking it back up, and it was only at like 300 when I last looked at it, and it was like pushing
Mm-hmm.
like 19K or something. I was
Yeah.
like, oh my,
What?
what? Yeah, we're doing it for real. Um, and it was that's what kind of got me jazzed for it. I was like, okay, not all of our videos have been hits, but it's still just like that stuff energizes me, and that enough people thought that was funny. It's like, all right, we can be humorous, we
Yeah.
can be,
Yeah.
we can be friendly, we can be engaging.
Well, I think
Um,
I've like that's something I've found fulfilling about it is just not just being a consumer and just constantly consuming content
yeah.
is, the fun of making it. Like I don't even care if
Yes.
anybody likes it. I'm just having fun making it. Being down here in this basement, like dancing around in a wizard costume, is oddly fun for me.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
probably I'm probably more the analytic concerned one because I'm constantly just checking where we're at and how we need to tweak your videos. And I always joke that I'm the social media manager and he's the talent.
you are
Yeah, it's like I
definitely.
handle all the little details, and Josh is just over here being a wizard.
Like,
You know,
where's my
you,
latte?
yeah, you technically get the fun part of it. Um, Josh is the influencer of the group, and I'm the man behind the
Oh
scenes.
gosh, man. If there's anything I've learned about that is the people that do that constantly. I don't know how. I
I
don't know
I
how.
have yeah, I will say to be an influencer and making like a living doing that, I have a newfound respect in the idea of that like constantly coming up with content
Yeah.
is an
I mean,
insane feat.
unless like, that was my job, if it like was lucrative enough to where I could quit working full time and just do that, sure. But
Yeah.
at this point, it's like I either have to like be on my phone all the time, be like, this is what we're doing, this is what I'm doing, this is like
Hmm.
what's going on. Like I'd have
Yeah.
to just completely neglect my family.
Yeah,
Like they'd
balancing a
hate me.
full-time
They
job,
would hate me for
children.
it. Yeah.
Yeah. And even our own like desire to have fun with D&D and not letting this taint that, and
Yes.
like steal that from us cuz I always say I've always had, working with motorcycles and stuff. I'm like the moment this starts making money,
Yep.
am I going to hate it, you know?
Mm,
And that's a big fear of mine. And again, not that we're saying we're going to start making money off of this anytime soon or anything like that. That's not our end goal.
just
We're
having
literally
fun.
just two best friends that just wanted to do something together for the first time in our lives.
Yeah.
Well, shoot, man. When we kind of look back on this, I mean, we've been going for what, a month,
It's
maybe
like a week, like
a
over a
a
month.
week over a
Yeah.
month. Yeah. What's kind of surprised you the most so far in this
Mm.
journey together?
Honestly, I think the community has surprised me. Like I thought it would take a lot longer for
Hmm.
us to get like comments out of people and get people talking and engaging and interacting with us on socials. Like
Yeah.
I kind of expected to like, oh, we got one comment on this video, or
Hmm.
like that's kind of what I expected. And I just feel like we'll post something, or I'll post something, me asking a question, and it'll get like 30 plus comments and people with really good engaging comments, and like I really
Yeah.
enjoy that, and that has really
Yeah.
surprised me. I didn't expect that at all.
Me
I
neither.
just thought people would just be like, oh, who are these two nerds? Like, like what are they
What are
doing?
they even talking about? Yeah.
Like,
Most of them don't even know I exist. They all think it's you.
yeah, it's the both of us, and you have to watch slash listen to the podcast to know that there's two of us running this
There are
thing.
two of us. There are two of us.
It's
But
not just
again,
me.
Josh is the talent. Yeah, I think watching the comments kind of explode on some of the question videos that we've
Yeah,
done. Like the wild shape one was huge. A lot of people on
yeah.
that one. What was the most recent one we posted that was pretty hot?
What's your favorite thing about D and
Your
D?
favorite thing about doing that one was super wholesome, man. Some of the
I loved
responses I
that.
was like, that is killer. Like,
Yes.
that one was great.
My favorite comment from that one was flirting with the homies.
Flirting with the homies.
That made
Yeah.
me laugh.
I mean,
That
yeah, I got to
made me
chuckle
sound
out of that
so
one.
good.
I got to chuckle out of
Flirting with the
that
homies
because there's
in a
nothing like,
safe, non-judgmental environment.
yeah, there's nothing like being the DM and one of your players trying to schmooze up an NPC that you're playing,
It's so
um,
good.
because you're just talking to your friend.
Flirting with the homies.
Man, yeah, that's been a good one. I think, ironically enough, because I thought I would hate it the most, I think the one I've enjoyed the most, as far as like dialogue and commentary, the most has been TikTok.
Yeah.
People seem to be the most responsive on that one,
Hmm.
unless you get a hitter on YouTube. YouTube comments come in pretty clutch too, because people will like
Yes.
type out stuff on YouTube. I don't know if the character counts
And well,
longer or
and
something, but
coming from someone who doesn't like, I'm just a lurker on social media. Like, I don't comment on
yeah,
stuff. Like, I'll
me
like
neither.
something, if I think it's really funny. But for someone to sit down and take the time and type us out like a long paragraph of
Yeah,
something they're doing in their campaign, one, thank you. I love that.
yeah,
Please keep
killer.
doing that because we love reading them.
Yeah,
Like, I don't know. I think it just makes me feel like
it warms my heart.
it warms my heart. Gives me the warm fuzzies when someone like gives us a nice long comment.
I think the most disappointing one, if we want to do a little positive and negative, I think the most
Mm,
disappointing one for me has been Instagram, which is sad because I enjoy Instagram the
yes,
most.
and there's
You
more
know,
people our age
yeah, and you
on
would think we would get
Instagram.
more discourse, but
I
then
think
I mean, I
that's why.
think about it. I don't comment on anything on Instagram,
Yeah,
but I mean, there are influencers that get that kind of interaction, but
yeah,
Instagram's a tough one.
yeah.
Instagram's a tough one.
I don't know.
I thought we would have a harder time with YouTube because YouTube just seems very like aggressive in the commenting space.
Yeah,
When we first started doing YouTube, I'm like, man, we're just gonna get hammered. Like people are gonna be
what
mean.
are
We
you
need to
guys
be
doing? You
okay
don't know what
with
you're doing.
it. Yeah,
You've never played D&D ever in your life.
they're gonna tell us none of our one shots are correct. Like we're gonna get hammered.
Mm.
And YouTube's been super like friendly. I mean, a few bad eggs in there,
Well,
but
I think that's something that surprised me as well. Is I kind of thought the community would be, we're very like unserious in our,
mhm, yeah.
D&D sessions, and we have our serious role play moments, but I didn't expect so many people to play exactly like us. And that's what I learned
Yes.
from the comments is like, oh,
Yes.
okay, we're pretty much just like everybody else.
Yeah, we're doing it
And I
just like
love that.
everyone else. Yeah, and I think that like again, you can get so like insulated in your own little like table that you forget that other people are doing things drastically different than what you're doing too.
Yes.
And I think it's been cool to see people throw out storylines or like
Hmm.
characters that they've created. I was chatting with a
Yeah.
guy on TikTok about a druid monk that he had created and how he essentially had established like a Power Ranger team. And he
That's
even
so cool.
posted, yeah, and
That's
I
so
hope
awesome.
he listens to this somehow, but he even posted his like images that he had made for each of the
Oh,
players.
yeah.
Did
I
you see
saw that
that?
one.
And one was
Yeah.
like a minotaur and one was like an eagle and like very Power Ranger esque.
That's so rad.
Yeah, and I'm just like, man, like there's so much out there that I don't even know exists because people are just
Hmm.
using their brains to make stuff up?
Well, and that's what's fun is like you can literally take other things that you love and just plug them right into D&D.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
You want to play a Power Ranger? Yeah, do it. Find a class that'll let you morph into things, which he's a monk druid.
yeah,
He's a
that's so
fighter,
cool.
like punching and yeah. So it's stuff like that that was very eye-opening for me to be like,
Hmm.
man, we've been in our little microcosm of just like, our campaign and our players and like
Yeah.
just you and I, even just me and you and D&D together.
Hmm.
And I think it's opened my eyes very much to how, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, I mean, just lack of a better term, magical this community really is, you
Just,
know?
well, like, yeah, it's like how magical, how broad,
Hmm.
how willing people are to engage with others on
Yeah,
it, and like
yeah.
talk about their favorite stuff. Like people are just they're ready to get out there and talk about D&D.
Ooh, I think that like a lot of us don't have well, I won't say a lot of us because I'm still learning, but I mean, for me personally, all my D&D friends are distance.
Yeah,
I don't have a lot of people in my direct, like physical
same. Yeah.
IRL for internet slang. Like, I don't have a lot of real life friends who enjoy D&D.
Hmm.
All of you live in completely different states. So I think that there's probably a lot of us out there that are in the same boat, especially if we're playing virtual tabletops,
Yeah.
and so we don't get to talk about it until
Right.
we're either at a table or, someone decides to do something like this and
Yeah.
talk about it.
Well, our interview with BJ, like, he lives in my area. I had no
Yeah.
idea,
Yeah.
before we interviewed him.
Yeah.
And so, like, it's cool that that's it. It is, bringing people into our lives like that
For
who
sure.
are close.
Yeah. No, that's probably been a super cool part for me. What challenges have popped up that you think maybe we
Mm,
didn't expect for like, again, we're only going a month and a week in, so like not a ton of challenges, but I think there's been some
yeah.
like hurdles to come over with like skit design,
Mm,
learning what interests people, learning what people are not interested in.
yeah. Man, I feel like the biggest challenge for me is kind of is one just that, just kind of figuring out like, oh, where do I like what is me in this, if that makes
Hmm.
sense? Like,
Yeah,
what
yeah,
is
yeah,
me in these skits? Because I don't want to, and I guess that's the challenge is to not like project a certain like part of myself that I want people to see in the skits or whatever. It's like, oh,
yeah.
this is quote unquote who I am. Really just kind of leaning into just being myself and letting that be the content. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of been like the challenge is not to try to force funny content or force a funny skit or
And what's funny about that too is
because that's a fine line.
there's a
It
fine
really
line of like trying to do content you personally want to do
well that's yeah
and not letting the pendulum swing and like get into content that you think's just going to get likes and views and comments, you
exactly
know.
exactly
And I think it's so easy to swing into that area of just like,
hmm
well, let's do content that just feeds the masses because that's what everyone loves. But it's like, well,
right
you know, we also have a video over here that we really want to post, but we might hesitate to post it because it's not going to get all the views we think it's going to
right
get,
right
you know? And that's where I struggle. It's just like,
yeah
I'll be like, man, I don't know if this video is going to be quality enough. And usually it surprises me. We'll post something.
hmm
I'm like, oh man, that was a home run, you know? But again, that's not what it's about. But it's still like, we want people to
right
see it. You know, that's the whole purpose of we're
yeah
doing any of this is to see, enjoy people and watch people enjoying it.
and that's what I think I'm learning is just doing things that like that I think are fun and I
Yeah.
think are funny and I enjoy
Yeah.
doing like the arcane affirmations was like one of my favorite ones or like kind of quote unquote skits that we've done so
Yeah.
far.
Yeah.
Like I
That
love
was a
those.
great one.
And
That's
I
still a
can't wait
great
for
one.
more of them. Like
Yeah, we're gonna that one. I don't care if people like those or not. We're gonna keep pumping them out because that's like our whole energy is just encouragement. Like we
and
just
you know
want to
what? Y'all need to be
encourage.
affirmed.
Yeah, yeah. All of us do in this day
We
and
all need
age.
some affirmation
Good
from a
gosh,
wizard.
yeah, yeah. And it's just that's one that's really dear to my heart. I mean, I think we'll keep changing it, but I dig those the most for sure.
Well, and I'm excited to see kind of what like we settle into,
Yeah,
as we keep going, as we grow, like you always kind of look back at somebody's like early days in their like channel or their influencer
the
journey and like what
chaos
they were
early
doing
days.
then is totally different than like kind of what they settled into.
Yeah,
And I'm kind of excited to see what that looks like for us.
I am too, and I'm curious to see where it goes because I mean we've already made some friends, like
Yeah.
BJ, the guys over at Coffee and D&D.
hmm
They've been chill and super welcoming.
Well, just like all the
S-
people that have reached out to us
so
through
many people that have
DMs,
left
like
comments and like yeah, encouraging DMs and people that have
hmm
followed us willingly. It's been very encouraging to see the community kind of rally around the silliness
yeah,
that we want to do.
hmm
So I think our next phase, at least my next goal, being the social media background guy, is I want to get just more involved in the community on our end, like
yes,
more hosting more podcasts with other creators,
hmm
getting people, even just like people that are making dice. Like I don't want to just focus on like
there's so many
people like
people out there that
us,
are making such cool stuff
Yeah,
for the D&D community, and I
yeah.
would love to be a place where we like highlight people like that
All of it. Yeah, I
because
don't
it's
ever
so
want to just
neat.
niche it down to like
Yeah,
pigeonhole ourselves to like
right.
one kind of content, like just other people that are doing what we're doing. I'd love to have every gamut, even people that aren't playing exclusively D&D. Like I'd love to
hmm
talk other TTRPGs that you and I
Yeah,
haven't even played,
yeah.
stuff like that. I would love to get into just to hear different perspectives. So doing this podcast project, whatever we want to call it,
hmm
how has that changed the way maybe you look at D&D as a whole?
Yeah, I think it's made me realize just how many people are playing D&D. Like there
There's a
are a
lot of them.
lot of people out there,
Yeah, we're definitely in like
and
a golden age or a renaissance or whatever you want to call it. Like
yeah,
it is a
for sure.
yeah, it's huge right now.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's really changed my view of the game itself. Like, and I think because we've kind of kept our main campaign sacred,
Hmm.
we don't record those, we don't make videos on it. I
Yeah.
think like that hasn't really changed for me at all. When I come to the table, like
Yeah.
I am I am the player. I am gonna be merch for the night. Like and
And
I'm
that,
excited to
yeah,
do that.
and that's something I'd encourage any content creator that might listen to this is like you got to have your sacred table. Don't make everything content. You'll burn out on D&D. I
The
mean, you really
sacred table.
will. We've only been doing this a month, and there was like a few days where I just like, man, I don't even want to think about. I mean, you and I both kind of chatted about that. I was like, I don't even want to think about a
Mm-hmm.
skit right now. There was like while I was gone on that camping trip, we queued up like 6 videos, and I didn't even look at it. I just let it
Yeah.
do its thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was just like, I don't want to mess with it right now. Yeah, I think if you lose the love of what you're even doing this, what's the point at
What's the
all?
point?
Yeah. If I
Right.
if I found myself being like, man, I'm starting to like resent D&D because of what we're doing here, I'd probably end this before I
And
would
yeah,
end
I think
playing
that's
D and
when
D.
I think
Yeah.
that's when we need to stop. Your attitude towards the game changes, your attitude towards the community changes, and that's not what we want.
Speaking of
We
attitude
want
changing, we
positive,
we, we got
positive
a
vibes.
we got a comment, and if you're a sub or if you're listening to this, I'm sorry, I don't mean any offense, but your comment was just caught me out of left field. But I can't remember it fully, but it was over the question video where you were asking who are you paying gold to with spells,
Oh
and
my gosh,
and
dude!
that one lit the community up, man. People
I
were
poked a
people
hornet's
were
nest.
either incredibly helpful, sharing like actual and and not to be
Shout out to those people. Thank you
yeah,
for being
thank you.
helpful and kind.
And not to like sound like idiots. Like we knew the answer. Like
Yeah,
we've read the player handbook. We know, but we wanted to hear y'all's answers because we were in a session and Josh was like, "Who am I paying this gold to?" And I was just kind of like,
I don't know.
I don't really know who. Like you can pay it to a deity or whatever you want to do, but it's like why? You earn that gold, hard-earned gold, It's like neither here nor there. We're going to dissect that whole video all over again.
Yeah,
But you asked, who do we pay gold to as a wizard to earn spells, and we got some phenomenal answers, and even
yeah.
some people had crafted their own mechanic
Like
for that,
really creative,
which was
really neat
super
answers
cool. Some of
as
them I've
well.
even considered implementing. Yeah,
One hundred
it's like
percent. Yeah.
why not? But then we got just the like angry boys in there who like you fine, don't ruin my game,
Yeah, you're
essentially.
messing up the rules.
and,
Get out of
and,
here.
and
Run
one
them out of the
guy,
tavern.
yeah, one guy ended his comment with from a tired DM.
Oh man.
And
Oh
bro,
man.
I know you can't ask Josh. I'm hypothetically speaking, but ask Josh. I called him, and I was like, "Bro, did you read this comment?" And I don't think you had seen it yet or whatever. And I was
Mm-mm.
like, "This guy has played D&D so much, he's become bitter, and he hates his players, and he
Bitter
hates
and
the
resentful.
game." Yeah. And I'm like, "Hey, man, you don't have to play anymore. Just don't
It's
play.
just time to take a
Yeah,
break.
hang it
Take a break
up.
for a little
Yeah,
bit.
hang
Go
that. Yeah,
outside. Touch some
or
grass.
he needs to play. He needs to quit being a DM for a little while.
Yes.
Yeah, I
We should
what's
invite
funny
that
though,
guy for a one shot so he can be a player for a
I
little
should
while.
I should I should message him and be like, hey
We should
homie,
reach
come
out
hang
to him.
out. Yeah, you need a respite from
We
from
need we need to love on him a little bit.
and I could have read the comment wrong or whatever, but it was
Yeah.
pretty intense. So anyway, yeah, it was a funny comment to read, and I think that I from that comment there were several others similar to that, and I think that there are just some people that they've been playing for so long
Yeah.
and they've been playing with maybe just bad tables for so long. I think
Hmm.
they've kind of forgotten the magic of it. And I'm making a full circle point here is that if I ever feel that I'm reaching that point, like I can't lose the love of the game. So
Yes.
it's like as a content creator now, even saying
Hmm.
that's a funny statement for
The
ourselves, but
content.
eh, yeah, content creators now, I would never sacrifice true D&D for this.
Yes.
However precious this has
Yes.
become to me. Like this is very much our baby. Our
Hmm.
our creative child, if you will. I don't know. Hopefully that's a word of encouragement anywhere. Maybe feeling burnout or whatever. Like don't lose love of the game first. That's
Yeah.
that's why we're even talking and sitting and
Yeah.
wasting your time listening to this podcast is because of D&D.
Right. Well, and
Yeah,
like we love it. We love playing it, and we kind of just wanted to connect with you know all of you out in the world that love playing it too.
yeah, for sure. Are there any trends or things in the space you're excited about or even
Mm.
cautious about?
Ooh, trends. Daggerheart is a big trend right now. A lot of people,
Huge.
a lot more people are talking about Daggerheart, are getting into it. I personally know absolutely zero things about it.
I read a little bit about the dice system just because that stuff interests me as a DM.
Hmm.
I think it could be cool. I think I'm hesitant to learn an entirely new system while
Yeah.
we're so knee deep into our campaign and stuff, you know.
Right.
I think it'd be cool to try it out, but I mean, what's a hesitancy for me is just having to
Hmm.
almost restart. Like,
Yes.
yeah,
Learn a new game. Learn a new system.
learn a new system. Yeah, and I know that that's what this whole thing's all about is like diving into other aspects of it, and I
Right.
will eventually. You know, I was talking to that one creator, and he had I want to have him on the show one day. Flintlock and Fog, I believe, was his name. But
Oh yeah.
yeah, we chatted for a little bit on one of his lives, and super cool dude. And he had essentially created his own TTRPG. It was
Oh
very D and
wow.
D loose base, but he had made his own dice system and all that. And
Oh cool.
yeah, super cool. But it's like stuff like that I super want to check out and read through.
Yeah.
His seems a lot more simpler than Daggerheart in that
Mhm.
sense, like more easy to kind of
Yeah.
acclimate to. But yeah, I don't know. I'm with you on that. It's
I'm kind of
everyone's talking
excited
about
to
it.
see like the experiences people have, what they like about it, what they don't
Hmm.
like about it. Just stuff from just stuff from the community as they dive into it and pull it apart. Just kind of what comes out of that. Because anytime you have something new crop up like that, it either becomes like a staple and people like you
Yeah.
know start doing that, or it kind of fizzles out because it was like, no, it sucks. Or it's one of those to where you're either a diehard D&D person or you're a
Yeah.
diehard Daggerhard person,
Well, I
and
know so many people are upset with like the direction D&D's taken over the
mm,
past like few years or whatever, longer than that, but I think it's so cemented in this community, it's hard to ignore. You can't just abandon it to the wayside, you know.
yeah, and I don't think that'll
Yeah.
happen.
I don't think it can. I mean,
Right.
unless someone just at this point they have such a in-depth rooted system to recreate it sounds so insane to me, you know.
Ooh, yeah,
Kudos to
yeah,
people trying to bring up new TTRPGs though, and new avenues to play it that way,
yeah.
you know. Yeah, I dig that. Things I'm cautious about. For me, I don't want us to fall into the trap of like telling people how to play D&D.
Yes.
You know, I know we've chatted about that a little bit.
Hmm.
And no hate to anyone that, you know, gives tips and tricks and stuff. I just don't think that that's our avenue. That's not you and I's lane.
And I think that was part of like what we came out of when we decided to start this and start doing this podcast. Is like we want to start something where people can talk about, engage with
Yeah.
D&D and the community, but it's not how you can be a better DM, things you need to stop doing as a player. Like there's
Yeah.
so much of that out there. And, if you are a DM and you are looking for those tips, like that's great. You have all of the content
There's a
that
ton
you could
of
ever
resources
imagine
out there. Yeah.
at your disposal. But it just didn't seem like there was a whole lot of people just being like, hey, this game's hella fun. And we love our
Yeah.
players and we love the people that play it. And we want to get to know you more. And we want you to get to know us more. And let's just talk about and vibe over this, like, amazing game that we all love to play.
Well, I love the thing that like with the question videos that you've been doing,
Hmm.
it's more of a discourse and a conversation than
Yeah.
a talk at, you know.
Hmm.
You're not talking at someone, you're opening the door for conversation to occur.
Yes.
Even amongst comments, I've seen commenters comment with each other, you know, in
Hmm.
the conversations, sharing ideas, or you know, talking to people in those videos that you've posted. All you do is essentially set the stage for
Yeah.
responses, you know.
Well, and I think that's a value, and that's something that's extremely important to me, is doing things that do foster community and
Yeah.
that foster people getting together and talking about something that they have in common. We live in a crazy wacky world,
No
and
kidding.
it's getting wild out there, y'all, and
Yeah.
on all sides. And I think it's important that we, you know as a species, start doing things that that foster that community and help us realize that, like, oh, everybody else is like me,
Hmm.
and or I'm the same as everybody else, and we can find things that we all love together, and we can gather around that table essentially. you
Yeah.
know
No, that's good. and I think we both share that passion. We
Yeah.
joke about the state of the world all the time, and one thing we'll never do here is get political. All we want to do is stay encouraging
Yep.
because this world is so divided and so messed up right now, and just so many people I think have just forgotten what it's like to just be kind to one another.
Well, and just that you can put some good out into the world.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
you can get out of that negative, it all sucks, it's all terrible,
uh
like
huh.
mindset and say, you know what, I'm going to be kind to somebody today. I'm going to post a video dressed up as a wizard telling somebody that they're special.
Yeah,
Like,
and
we
I
can
mean, I
do
think
it.
that just summarizes everything that we kind of started this whole thing for, was just to be a little like lighthouse of hope
Hmm.
in a silly world. And there's so many creators doing that already. It's not like we're recreating the wheel or doing
Yeah.
anything like, you know, groundbreaking or insane, but just the idea that there's another voice that maybe you can tap into when you feel like it, just be like, oh man, these guys are chill. They make goofy videos and they love playing a game that I love
Hmm.
playing. And I think that that's essentially that camaraderie that we want to foster and look for and find in
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
And all along, hopefully, like, encourage people throughout their day. Like, you open up your phone and you see a wizard giving you a silly arcane encouragement at your lunch break.
In a
Like,
$30 Amazon costume. Like,
yeah,
there's
that's
zero
rad to
thing
me.
special about
And that's
that
why I don't care
costume.
how many views those videos get. We're going to keep posting them. Like, that is a
Yeah.
permanent staple in Armed and Dangerous. So, sorry, guys. If you hate it and you just hate encouragement, you're going to get it regardless.
I think what's
Unfollow us.
I think what's funny is that like our whole shtick is like we want to be like a positive influence in the community. Our name is like Armed and Dangerous.
Armed, yeah, we're so tough.
We're
Oh, yeah,
armed with love and we're
we're not,
dangerous with
yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, see, there we go. That should be our subheading.
That's so somebody.
I yeah, arcane encouragement is my favorite thing we've dreamt up and kind of
100%.
executed, and I can't wait to see it evolve over time and see
Hmm.
where it goes. I mean, even the comments on that one, one of my favorite comments we got on an arcane was on TikTok, and it was like, "Thank you, random wizard. This was very encouraging," or something. I
He
was
said
like,
like,
"That's
"Thank you,
exactly
random
why we're
TikTok
doing this."
wizard." I'm like, yes,
Yeah,
please
that's
make me the TikTok wizard.
yeah,
TikTok.
we're the TikTok wizard. Yeah, that's
I want to be the
exactly why
TikTok
we're
wizard.
doing this. Yeah. So I don't know. I think that that's just our kind of marching orders, if you will, is just to push
Hmm.
forward and just be encouraging no matter what we do, and be silly
Yeah.
and funny, and hopefully have other people on this that want to do the exact same thing. Because I mean, that's our whole group. Like the four of
Yeah.
us playing, we're just silly and we all have a good time together. Let's
Well, I think
see.
all of us come out of that just refreshed, a little like de-stressed,
Yeah.
decompressed, like all the
Yes.
above. I come out of those sessions just like, man, like that was a good hang.
Yeah.
And like,
Yeah. And maybe that's where I was trying to go to, was just that, like, in this crazy world, we've forgotten, a table behind love. I wish I was sitting at the table right now. Um, we've forgotten what it's like to sit at a table, to
mm,
share a meal. BJ mentioned in the last one that his team, they all bring meal. They rotate meals out before the
yeah,
session and eat together. And to sit around a table, eat together, have camaraderie, and even our like pre-game session chats of us just catching up with each other, how our week was,
mm,
ripping about the last session. Like, we miss out on some of that, like, tactile, tangible things
yeah,
being
yeah,
remote and virtual, but it's still such a moment for me to have like this camaraderie with guys my age that all are
hmm,
interested in the same thing, and to laugh and cut up and be goofy and ridiculous with.
yes,
I mean, it's seriously one of the things that I look forward to most in my life, is just sitting down at that virtual table with you guys.
yeah.
And
And I think
I'm afraid that that's a dying art in this day and age.
yeah, and we need that as people. We need that,
Yeah.
and people out there need that. They need a table to gather around and interface with other humans and share. I had a really shitty week this week, and it's like, all right, cool. Well, let's be a wizard for
Yeah.
4 hours.
That week
It's
didn't
like
that week doesn't exist in
it
this
doesn't exist when
universe.
you're there,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I think that's really special. And I mean, that goes off of that quote that you posted today by Tolkien.
Hmm.
If more people were focused on, cheer and food and drink, and less about, hoarding all the gold, the world would
Yeah.
be a merrier place.
It would.
And that's what we're trying to do. we're trying to make this world a merrier place.
Dispel that gold sickness, man. It's out there. Gotta light the wizard light. Gotta light the Tower of Gondor, man. We gotta light them.
The beacons are
Keep
lit.
them beacons lit. Everyone has to know what's something coming up that you're most excited to share with our listeners.
Ooh, yeah. We've got some good holiday episodes coming up that I'm pretty
Yeah, I'm
excited
really
about.
excited about those.
We got a Halloween one that we're gonna do.
We gotta get on that one. Halloween's gonna be here
What do we
before
call it?
we know
Scary,
it.
scary stuff.
Oh, we had a funny wizardy name for it. I wrote it down
Yeah,
somewhere.
we're gonna
Yeah.
have to. Yeah, it's something
Well,
along those lines. But we're
yeah, it's
gonna.
gonna be a good one.
It's gonna be one big hot take.
Oh, that's right. Spooky stuff or something. Yeah. We're just
Spooky
going to
stuff.
hot take for a
Scary
minute
stuff.
on
Yeah, we're gonna
D&D
hot take
hot
for a
takes.
minute. Yep.
Yeah, that one will get some YouTube anger out. And then I know we want to do, I mean, yearly, because I'm a big nostalgic guy for like
Hmm.
90s nostalgia. And I love when TV shows do this, but they have a Thanksgiving episode, they have a Halloween
Yes.
episode, they have a Christmas episode. Like when TV shows
Yes.
do that for me, it just warms my heart.
Oh yeah.
And I'm sure there's a lot of people that are in the 30s range that experience that too. You know, like there's nothing better than turning on a Thanksgiving episode at Thanksgiving, you know?
Yes.
And so we're going to mirror that. We're going to do Halloween, we're going to do Thanksgiving, we're going to do Christmas.
Love it.
Yeah,
Cozy Christmas.
cozy Christmas. We're going to do I think for Thanksgiving, we're going to interview the wizard, you know? We need to name the
Oh
wizard.
yeah, that's right.
Yeah, we need to
He
name the
needs a
wizard.
he needs a name.
He does. We haven't named him yet. So if you're listening to this, you know, if you made it this far, give us a name suggestion in the comments because that'd be
Yeah.
hilarious.
We'll pick the one that makes us laugh the hardest.
There's only one. We have to pick it.
It's just one.
It's something super inappropriate. It's like Wizardy McWizard face or something.
Wizardy McWizard face.
Yeah, holiday episodes will be a blast.
Yep, I'm excited about that. Really excited about
Yeah,
that.
and I'm just a sucker for anything holiday related.
Man, and the holidays are so good, and that's man. The winter is such a good time to play D&D.
Oh man,
It's one of my favorite times to play D&D because
drinking a
it's
dark
cold
beer.
outside. Yeah, you get a
Yeah.
dark brew. You can get
Yes.
down cozy. I got my flannels on. Like it's just
I
crispy outside. I love it. I love it so
I
much.
remember this is a true memory. You know, I need to pull up a little blankie here. I remember we were playing a session one time. I don't even know if I told you guys during the session. This is a true story though. We were playing a session. This was way
Mm.
back when we were like Grant and Nick and all them.
Oh yeah.
We were playing a session, and I looked out my window, and it was sure enough snowing.
Oh my
And I
gosh.
was just like, this is such a vibe right now. Like,
Oh
all
my
I'm missing is a
gosh.
big wooden tavern table and like a big roaring fireplace, you know?
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah. So that was, man.
That's like one of those moments where you kind of take a step back and be like, dude, like I'm living. like
Yeah. Yeah.
like I'm
I
I'm in
had like a
life right
big
now.
Guinness, you know, a big dark Guinness, and like it was snowing, and we were about to like jump into I think it might have been even one of those, like we did a Christmas one shot or something. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
We
But
had
yeah,
we had a Christmas session.
did have a Christmas set. You guys
Yep.
found Santa, and he was,
We killed him. Yep.
and you took his bag of holding.
And we put him inside the
You
bag of
did
holding.
put Santa inside.
Yeah.
So you guys ruined Christmas.
Those were the murder hobo days.
Yeah.
That was
Gosh, you
yeah.
even took Christmas from us.
That was that was before we knew that role play was a thing.
Yeah, it was just all about, it was just, and I don't even know how we did combat. It was just so silly. It was just so silly. I guess this one's for both of us, but what do we want this project to look like 6 months from now?
I think just bigger.
Yeah, more community. I,
Yeah. More
I
more
would love to
community,
see, yeah, more
more
interviews with
engagement.
people. Yeah,
I just like I'd like to do more stuff to where like I'm responding to some of the comments like with
hmm
videos and like talking about that stuff and I think just more seated in the community I think is what I want to see
for
in
sure.
6 months. I want to start establishing ourselves as kind of like the hub on that spoke, that wheel and spokes
hmm
of all the different D&D stuff going on, that like we
Yeah,
can kind of be that table that everybody dumps all their fun D&D stuff onto.
yeah. I'd like to see more community one shots hosted by us.
Yes.
You know, which we have a Discord and all that kind of getting fired up. Which I mean that's a time constraint. You know, that's something that
Yeah.
if you can't do it, I'll have to find, DM time. Another time constraint. I would love to see more D&D community one shots with
Yes.
just random people that want to play or
Which
don't
I
have a
want to
table to
run some
play.
one shots. That's definitely like I want to
Yeah,
get into
and
that for
like,
sure.
I've had a few people reach out just in the community already. Don't know them from the next guy over, and they want us to host a session for them. And
Hmm.
even like my buddy John, who a big D&D guy, he's hoping that I can host some sessions for him and vice versa. And like even those doorways opening that I'll get to play again is very exciting.
Yes.
I would love to see that. I want to see more interviews.
Hmm.
I'd love to collab. I would love to collab with other DM and player groups like this
Yeah.
that are kind of doing content like this that have regular sessions and that we could just chat about what we're both doing
Yes.
in this sphere.
Yeah.
I,
I think yeah,
yeah,
kind of what we were talking about earlier is collaborating more with like people who physically create D&D stuff. Like the
yeah,
guys who like make those crazy mugs, like dice makers. Like I
yeah,
want to engage with like more people like that, because
for
I'm
sure.
sure there's somebody out there that makes something really cool that table players could use, or even like like us who play remote, that we could use.
Yeah.
Like there's got to be people out that are out there that are just looking for space to talk about it.
Well, even like, I'm finding these little accounts that are like doing some web development stuff, and one of them, I need to sign up for it, but it's called Overseer app, and he's
Mm,
essentially making a virtual DM screen for
that's so cool. Yeah.
virtual. Yeah, I'd love to have him on the show. Like show us, give us a live demo of it. Let's talk about it. Like as a DM, I would love to see that in action.
Hmm.
Things like that. I need personally. I need to just be more engaging and being like, yo, we want to see this. We want
Scoop
to
them up.
yeah, scoop them up, talk to them. Yeah, I think that's 6 months from now. But I don't know. The sky's kind of the limit. That's how I feel about it. Like we're just kind of flying by the seat of our pants some days, and other days I
Yeah.
feel like we're rocking and rolling, crazy
We
organized.
having we having fun, baby.
We are having fun. That's what it is. At the end of the day, if I'm still having fun with this 6 months from now, then
Yes,
we've
we're
done
gonna
our job
still be
right.
having fun.
Yeah. I know we've kind of already answered this, but what's the biggest purpose we want to serve beyond just making content?
I think if we can make somebody feel good about themselves, or
Hmm.
make someone feel good about what they're doing in the D&D world, or
Yeah.
feel good about themselves as a DM or a player, then
Hmm.
I feel like we've done our job, or I feel like I've done my job.
Yeah.
I want people to get the warm fuzzies when they interact with us on socials.
For
Like
sure.
that, I guess the higher purpose that I want to serve there is just that, to be that little spark that makes somebody's day. Like that person that commented on one of the wizard videos and said, thank you, random TikTok wizard. Like that brightened their day a little bit, and then they commented, and that brightened my day a little bit.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what I want.
That's the ticket. Yeah. And I think,
Mm,
again, we both share that vision. I think that's always been our heart
yeah.
with just life goals that you and I have always had.
Hmm.
It's just that like hopefully encouraging someone near us or adjacent to us that we can, cross paths with, and always being like an open ear, if you will, to talk
Yeah.
about the things that we love and the things that we're passionate about. And
Hmm.
and I hope that our viewers and our fans, or whatever you want to call them, become aware that we're not just like in this for the the likes and the views, and
Or
it's very
just
much wholesome.
Yeah, or just to like talk at people, because honestly, I don't feel like I have all that much to say on anything
Me
really.
neither. Yeah,
If there's anything that I've learned from this, is like I want people to know that like you got a pair of ears right here who's just ready to listen to you talk about why you love the game
yes,
and the fun stuff that you're doing. Like I find myself just wanting to listen more
for
and
sure.
just hear what people are doing. Like that's really fun.
And I think that's crucial for the culture of the world too. Now it's just like I hope my hope is to always keep that as our pillar and cornerstone,
Hmm.
if you will. That
Yeah.
we don't know what we're doing. You know, we can
That's
read
the
all the
truth.
rules and
Yeah.
all this stuff, but at the end of the day,
Yeah.
like this game may be silly and people may even roll their eyes that we even have a podcast about D&D. Like I understand that there's so many people in this universe that would be
Yeah.
like, this is so pointless. Like you play a
Hmm.
game. Why are you even talking about it?
Right.
And I think for us and people that do sink time and energy into it don't realize that it
Hmm.
is very much like a sanctuary and
Yeah.
a like outlet and
Yeah.
a place for people to make new friends and new community
Hmm.
and talk about things that we love and to pretend. And I don't know.
Well,
I
in a world where everyone's competing to be the loudest voice or the
yes,
most flashy or have the
gosh,
best this and that, like, I almost want us to be like opposite of that, like the black hole of that per
yeah,
se, to where like, this is just a place where, you know, we just want to listen. Like,
yeah.
I want
We're
to
just gonna
listen
hang out.
more and not try to be the loudest voice in the room, but be the biggest listeners. Because y'all got some crazy cool stuff that you're doing out there, and
Yeah,
just the comments that we've seen, what we've interacted with people so far, I've learned a lot. I've
yeah.
learned a lot about how people play, and like you said earlier, there's a lot of things that I'm like, wow, that's actually really cool. Like, I want a character that I want to like base off something. Some of those comments. Like, there's some cool things y'all are doing.
There's a lot of cool things out there.
And,
If someone new tuned in today, what's the one thing we'd want them to walk away with
mm,
about us and what we do?
yeah, I think to that I'd say that you have a seat at our table.
Yeah,
That we have a table. It's humongous and it's got room for all of you.
yeah,
And that at that table is a place for us to come together and share this thing that we love. And
yeah,
that's what I want to share with our newcomers is that it's not a us and you type
mm,
situation. you know, us and them essentially. It's we're all sitting around this table together,
yeah,
and that you've got a seat there, and we want to hear what you have to say. We want to hear about your players. We want to hear about the campaigns you run.
yeah,
We want to hear about the worlds that you build.
yeah.
That's what I'd want people to know.
And I think we want to hear about you. We want to know who you are as an individual and why you are passionate about this fantasy world and why we share this like-minded ideology of
Mm,
D&D and I think I should say this just because it feels I feel almost it's needed in this day and age, but like
mm,
everyone's welcome to this journey with us. Like
yeah.
I don't care who you are, what you do, what you look like, any of that. And I know it's just two more white guys on a podcast. Like we are a big cliche, unfortunately. Like in
Hell
that
yeah.
regard, we're a cliche. But I think that's something that I'm very passionate about is making sure that we're being inclusive of all of those around us and that
Yeah.
we keep that table. I mean, open.
Hmm.
There's not a chair. We can keep extending the table. We'll add more planks to it. We'll
Yep.
pull more chairs up to it.
Yep.
And I think that that's something I'm very passionate about. Is just making sure that everyone we encounter feels warmth
Yes.
from us.
And there's
Feels
so few spaces like that.
yes.
And
And
D
D
and
and D
D
does a good job at it. I
D and
think.
D does a good job at it.
Yeah.
D&D is a game where you can throw almost anybody into it,
Yeah.
and they start having fun and they start jiving with all the other players. I think that's super important,
Yeah.
and that's what people know us by. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
that's a table I can go sit at. Those are
Yeah.
guys I want to hang with.
Those guys are chill.
Those guys are chill.
We're just goobers. We work jobs and
We're
we
just cool guys.
yeah
A
we
couple of
we
cool
we
guys.
pay bills and we have we
Uh,
have we have things about this world that we utterly hate and despise
mm,
and things that we wish would change. And I think that if we can in our small little reach, if you will, encourage somebody, that's my change that I hope to bring into this
yeah,
universe.
absolutely.
Yeah. I think that with that, we hope to see this stuff grow. Obviously,
Hmm.
you know, it's not all about the numbers, but the numbers show that we are out there showing more people our silliness. And I
Yeah.
think the more people that view it, the more people we get to interact with.
Yeah.
which is why I'm
Absolutely.
excited, because the more we grow, the more we get to just chill and hang out with new, creative, funny people.
Yeah.
So I mean, I don't know if we were to have this podcast be anything, it's just that. It's just the silliness, goofiness of
Yeah.
our creative minds.
100%.
Yeah.
It's been a fun outlet, and I'm excited for the things we got coming up, and the stuff we got planned, and just having more fun with it,
Yeah.
and inviting people into that fun with us.
Yeah. So if you are listening to this and you're a content creator, you're a DM, you're just a player, you are just stepping into D&D. I don't care kind of where you are on the spectrum of D&D involvement. And this stuff interests you, what we're talking about,
Mm.
please leave a comment.
Yeah.
Tell us you're interested. Let us know that you want to be a part of this community. We have outlets for you. We can get in contact with you. We'd love to play. We'd love to interview you. You just let us know. We're open to all and every idea out there. So,
Open to it. Yep.
yeah, but yeah, this was a short and sweet one. We just wanted to let you guys know what we're about. Good
Yeah.
old armed and dangerous. We sound
Follow
scary, but
along.
we're not. Yeah, jump
Follow
in
along
with
with the
us.
journey. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
We're going
Heck
on
yeah.
an adventure.
Tonight's
Huzzah!
request.
Huzzah! Request.
Hey, thanks for hanging out with us today. We're so excited to dig into this community with all of you. Our whole goal is to encourage, connect, and just keep building this together. If you want to keep up with us, make sure to follow us on all our socials at We Are Armed and Dangerous. And don't forget to like and subscribe and share the podcast. It really helps us keep this thing going. Until next time, stay encouraged and stay dangerous.